High-end art on cars is impossible without a great crew.
Unless you were at a shop, you wouldn't know how much you have to rely on other people. One person cannot do an entire job. It is impossible. You can't. You need prep guys, you need body work done. Someone has to know how to lay down bases and clears. My specialty is airbrush. That's my specialty. And if I need someone that really knows how to lay graphics down, then I have to have someone like Mitch help me out.
And the help here at Crazy Painters knows exactly what to do. So as Mitch gets the colors mixed, the G6 sits ready and waiting for progress. And speaking of progress, it looks like Tom has been busy adding more to his fiery shop door. And from one skull to another, up at Killer Paint, Mike has been busy as well.
The hood's going to be the main focal point of this piece of artwork. We're going to take elements of this and bring it in on the side. I'm going to have Shane. Shane, you're going to take that and do your thing, do your magic. Okay.
Mike's resident computer whiz, Shane Burley, takes the rough sketch, scans it into a computer, and maps out shapes on top of the drawing, giving it clean lines. This is necessary to create the adhesive masking that will lay on the car hood, acting as a stencil for Mike's airbrush work. And once it's digital, Mike can experiment on his computer.
You got it all ready to go?
Yep. It's all highlighted, ready to go. Do your magic.
You are the man. Okay.
Using computers during the planning stage can also let Mike pre-visualize the colors, or in this case, the shades of gray.
This is just to get a rough idea of what it's gonna, what's going on in my head as far as where I want to go with this artwork. But once I get the airbrush in my hand, that's when the real magic happens.
Well, Mike's real magic is going to be happening in short order, with the waiting car mere moments away from receiving LaValle's art.
Luckily, we got this project. I can actually experiment a little bit, so I'm pretty excited for the chance to get and play on the car.
Mike's chance to play is soon, because his crew is finishing the prep.
So now we'll blow all the dust off, tack her down, and then go out and mix up some paint and get ready to do the water drop effect.
This effect will be the first in an elaborate design that will contain many effects. And back in California, Yvonne's G6 is rolled into the booth for its initial coat. The silver makes the scene here at Crazy Painters, and with that, it's safe to say that this competition is truly underway. Nearby, Yvonne works with a professional mask cutter, a specialist who creates stencils needed for the sides. Soon, masking for the stripes begins.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about covering that up, because that'll just wipe off. The wheels are here.
Oh, cool. Yay! The wheels are here. Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. That looks cool.
Oh, those are cool.
And up north, more wheels arrive.
Wow, look at those! They're covered.
Sweet. Ain't that pretty?
And there's some shiny wheels.
Those look nice.
I decided to go with more graphics on this design rather than all airbrush, because from a distance, when you look at airbrush, it tends to get lost. Doesn't matter how much crazy stuff you got going on. That means these guys have to help out and lay big areas, because that's their specialty.
Yvonne's stripes are carefully positioned in her design, accentuating in some areas and redirecting the eye in others. And making the car look fast comes with the motion a graphic like this suggests, because when stripes are applied, much of the goal is about conveying movement.
Her design moves when the car is standing still, so that's good. It has motion to it.
So as tape comes off and stripes are revealed, there are no two ways about it. Yvonne is off to a seriously strong start.
Thank you, Mitch.
You're welcome.
You did a good job. Now I'm excited. Now I can do my thing.
Meanwhile, Mike's G6 is prepped, and overhead, the man loosens up to compete, soon hitting the surface with, of all things, a water bottle.
Okay, I'm going to take the water and I'm going to give it a spray across the whole car, putting the water drop effects down. The water drop is actually going to be a three-dimensional mask. And Pep is going to go and spray the gray in a graduated fade on there, and then we're going to come back and wipe the water off right away. Once we wipe the water off, it'll take the paint off and leave the silver showing through the gray, and it'll give it sort of like a corroded metal-looking effect. It's pretty cool, actually. It's simple. Some of the most complicated looking effects in custom paint are the simplest.
And once the water drop effect is on, Shane applies the first stencil.
This car here, it's got some pretty decent body lines on it already. Where it's a four-door, I'm going to try to make it look a little racier, you know, maybe more sporty than a four-door normally looks. Gotta figure out a way to utilize that body mold trim, making it something like one of the rods, you know what I mean? Make it almost like a three-dimensional rod coming out of the paintwork. Shane and I will put the mask on the car, peel out what we need, spray it, and just what it'll do, it'll give us basically an outline, like a coloring book. And all that is a guide to get you going. There's a lot of work that's going to be done after that. This matches the G6 grill, so that's what's going to be really cool about it. So we have these holes with this honeycomb effect, and then the grill down here, it'll look like the car was made up of these sections of these grills. So when you do something like this with an intricate mask like this, and you spray it, and you peel it up, it's just like a kid opening a present at Christmas time. You're like, oh, let's see what we got.
Meanwhile, in California, Yvonne's G6 has its silver base and its bold yellow stripes. And now, it's ready for Yvonne to get all artistic on it.
All the yellow is going to have to be back masked out, and then the next step is going to be putting the vinyls out so I can reverse out the background. And there's an area where I've got this woman's kind of figure there. And I'm going to cover all that up, put background on behind, and then start doing all my little detail work, and then, of course, the mural on the hood, too.
Graphic artists can use more tools than you'd find in your average car painting shop or your average fine art studio. That's because they make art that can withstand any assault nature delivers. And while durability is one issue, innovation is another, with these artists always trying new textures and experiments. They all want to make art that has everybody wondering how it was done. But that's also an experience a painter can have while working, because even an artist like LaValle can sometimes stand back after a day of masking and ask, how did it get from a bare car to this? Mike LaValle scratches and roars for a fight. And he's getting one from Yvonne Michelis. Yes, the claws are out at our graphic art paint-off. It's actually a friendly competition, but these two seem to be playing for keeps, piling on designs, paint, and now masking.
Masking is when you tape off an area that you don't want to be painted, and it's typically if you want a hard edge, it has to have some kind of a hard edge line, which is mostly tape. And after you tape off an area and you paint it, you want to protect it from the next layer of paint, so that's backmasking. So you go in and you cover that up with tape or paper, and then you do the next step. So it's a lot of adding and subtracting.
Adding and subtracting where the end equation should equal cool squared.